Hello, all you wonderful people out in YouTube land, and welcome to the Dollar Store Pour. Thank you so much for joining me. It is a beautiful day to paint, so let's go ahead and get to it. So today is leftover day. Got all sorts of little bits of paint. As anyone who follows the channel knows, I don't like to throw things out, even tiny little bits of paint. Call it being frugal, call it cheap, call it economical. I suppose you could make the argument it's better for the environment, less waste. Call it what you want, it's what I do. So, I've got two reds. Got a light blue and a dark blue. I've got gold. And two purples that look the exact same shade to me. As to what the additives are, your guess is as good as mine. I did have to add a bit of water to some of them just because they'd been sitting for a while and they've dried up a bit. But otherwise, whatever I originally added is what's there. Oh, and as well, I've got silver. I'm going to do a straight pour with all these other colors, and I'll do a silver string pull on top. So without further ado, let's start getting these colors on there. Just randomly putting them on. We'll see what we get. And I am starting off on just a blank, unpainted canvas, nothing on it at all. And of course, every color has the PVA glue in it as well. I mean, that's fairly standard. It's a rare exception that I wouldn't use some water and PVA glue. Seems like there's a lot of purple in there. See a tiny bit of cell formation already. Depending on exactly what I'd originally used, some of it may have actually dried up. You know, in the case of, say, something alcohol-based, chances are that would have evaporated, dried up, and evaporated already. So, cells, not cells, kind of hard to say. But that's all right. Just randomly mishmashing all the colors in there. Let's see. That's almost it for the baby blue. Scrape that out. Alright, that's it for the blue, for the light blue. It's almost it for the gold. Seems to be a lot of purple in that. It's almost it for the red. One of the reds. And that's done. The rest of that gold out. And that's it for the gold. Tiny bit of red left. There we are. So that's it for the red. And we got this darker blue. Let's finish that off. That's it for the darker blue. All that's left is a tiny bit of the purple, but I don't want it to be all purple, so I guess I'm not going to use quite all the purple. All right. Just going to take a skewer before I swirl it around, just to mix it up a little bit. Yeah, I do see some cell formation already. Okay. Let's go ahead and torch that and then get it all over the canvas. Quick few air bubbles there. Oh, and I see a hunk of something in that blue right there. So let's get that out. Oh, almost got it. Well, I got some of it, and the rest I think I just kind of mushed in and broke it up, so that's fine. So let's go ahead and move this around, and then get the string pull on there. Didn't get that corner. There we are. And that's that corner, the final one. And the final corner, which is always a little argumentative. And I see a few more chunks, which certainly happens with the acrylic paint. If you let it sit for a while, it has a tendency to sort of gel, I guess, for lack of a better term. Sometimes it's easier just to kind of smush the little bits down. I'm going to torch that again as well, because there might just be some air bubbles. Alright, now let's go for a string pull. I'm already liking how that looks. Let's get the string pull on there and see what we get. And again, I'm using silver for the string pull. And I have one giant knot. And sometimes that happens. I took my gloves off a little too soon. Well, maybe I won't be doing a string pull. There That should do it. A piece of paper towel here. Okay. No, maybe it didn't do it. Yeah, that's fine. Sometimes that happens. There, that should be all right. Of course, I've heard that before. There we are. Okay. This is probably way too big of a piece of string, or yarn, I guess, technically. But what's done is done. So, where are we going to put this? I'm going to do sort of a diagonal kind of a situation. Okay. Stuck my fingers a little bit, pulled a little prematurely, but that's all right. So we'll go ahead and let that sit for just a moment. And we'll pull it off and see just what we get. Oops, I don't want to move the canvas. Get rid of that. And I'm liking very much how that looks. So let's go ahead and give that another quick torch, just because I see a lot of air bubbles, and we swished a lot of paint around with that string. Can't tell if that's a chunk or an air bubble that refused to pop. Ah, air bubble. Alright. Alright. I am liking very much how that looked. We're going to go ahead and let that sit. Give it about a half an hour or so. I mean, you can already see there's quite a bit of cell formation there. When it's a leftover day, you never know what you're going to get. So anyway, we'll give that half hour. We'll come back and take a look and see just what we got. Alright, so it's been about a half an hour. As expected, you know, some of the cells got a little bigger. Some new little ones popped up. So let's zoom in on that, get a little closer. When you do a leftover painting, it's always a mystery. Sometimes you get cells, sometimes you don't. You never really know what you're going to end up with. But I like very much how this one turned out. Alright, so that's going to do it for me. I hope you liked what you saw. If you did, go ahead and throw a like my way. It'd be greatly appreciated. Feel free to leave a comment down below. Don't forget to subscribe, and that way you'll be notified when the next painting comes out. Thank you all again for watching, and I will see all you wonderful people next time.